And now, the eternal story, pitting irresistible force against immovable object.
But you don't want to listen to me. Here's a bright and cheery podcast for you.
All right, everyone, gather round the table. We're about to dust off an ancient scroll, a story that even the most wizened lore masters have kind of forgotten. See, this isn't your typical tale of heroes or dragons, no. This is about a conflict that basically defined reality itself. Let's get into it. So our story starts, as all the really good ones do, in a time of just raw, untamed chaos. I'm talking about an age before gravity really knew what it was doing, before the laws of physics were set in stone. The very fabric of reality was, well, it was flimsy, and it was prone to tearing. So, welcome to the age of constant combat. This wasn't an era you'd measure by kingdoms or empires. Oh no. It was defined by just perpetual, bizarre, and totally unpredictable fighting. Imagine the wildest random encounter table you've ever seen, and then just make that the entire world. So, what was the source of all this madness? Well, the world itself was just unstable. Dimensional portals would just rip open without any warning, spitting out creatures and warriors from every plane of existence into this constant, world-spanning brawl. You literally never knew what was going to step through next. And the matchups? They were absolutely legendary. On any given day, your party might see some giant insectoid thing trying to fight a gelatinous mass. Or, hey, a Tyrannosaurus roaring up at a literal deity. And yeah, even a Smurf could find itself in a life-or-death struggle with a sentient seed belly button.
Preposterous. I am used to stop at this point and point out that it wasn't a Smurf battling a seed belly button, it was a S.E.V.ered belly button. Carry on.
It was a very, very dangerous world to be an adventurer in. But, amidst all of that endless chaos, there was this one particular conflict that was so persistent, so perfectly balanced, that it got etched into the scrolls of history. So let's meet our two eternal combatants. First up, our first combatant, the skeleton. Now, this is your classic Tier 1 undead, but don't let that fool you. This thing was raised from the cold, primordial earth. It wasn't animated by necromancy, but by just sheer, stubborn persistence. It's an ancient, earthy force that just plain refuses to stay down. So let's take a look at its stat block. Its weapon of choice? Simple, but effective. A slingshot made from its own bone and sinew. And its main special ability? A crazy strong grip. I know, it sounds simple, but you would not want to fail that saving throw. And its eternal opponent? Well, from the skies above, we have a cantankerous cloud. Now, this is not just weather we're talking about here. Think of it as an elemental with a really bad attitude. A formless, atmospheric being that's just always ready for a fight. The cloud's whole deal is evasion. It's got this vaporous form that makes it almost impossible to hit with physical attacks. It has incredible mobility, able to seep through the tiniest cracks. And its signature attack? Localized rain. And don't laugh, we'll get to why that matters. So here it is, the tale of the tape. A direct comparison, like looking at their character sheets. As you can see, the skeleton has two physical attacks, the slingshot and that grip, and it's stuck on the ground. The cloud is its perfect opposite. Its vaporous form makes it super elusive, it can go anywhere, and it's got this ranged area of effect attack. So, who wins? Well, that's really the heart of this whole legend. This wasn't a battle of strength or even strategy. It was a perfect, unending, and frankly kind of ridiculous stalemate. Let's break down our round of combat. Okay, roll for initiative. And the skeleton goes first. With that mighty grip of it raises its slingshot, points it right at its celestial foe, and just prepares to let loose. And it does not hold back. It unleashes a volley of 100 million tiny stones. I mean, what an absolutely incredible display of offensive power. And look at the focus here. Every single one of those 100 million projectiles was aimed with pinpoint precision right at the very heart of the cloud. A seemingly impossible attack roll. And the result of this incredible assault? Utterly, completely irrelevant. As the scroll itself puts it, it didn't matter. And why? Well, it's because the cloud's vaporous form gave it, in modern D&D terms, complete immunity to non-magical piercing damage. Every single one of those 100 million stones just passed right through it. No effect. Total damage? 0. Okay, top of the round, it's the cloud's turn. It uses its move action to just kind of float around, changing shape. Then, It moves in front of the sun, plunging the battlefield into darkness. And finally, it uses its action to make it rain. And the effect of this powerful atmospheric assault on our undead hero? You guessed it. It didn't matter. Why not? Because the skeleton is undead. It doesn't get cold, it doesn't rust, it can't drown. The rain had absolutely no effect on it. Skeleton versus Cloud, a perfect stalemate for the ages. So if the battle could never actually be won, why does the story even persist, right? I mean, why was it so important that the ancient chroniclers bothered to write it all down? Because its legacy is eternity itself. These two met at the dawn of creation. They battled for countless ages while entire empires rose and fell. The tale was recorded by the first scribes, and even today, the legend lives on. Every time another storm passes through, you're hearing a faint echo of this mythic, unwinnable war. See, this wasn't just some random fight. It was a foundational myth, a mighty tale of two opposing indestructible forces. It was a lesson in futility and persistence, written right into the pages of history itself. And all of that leaves us with this one final thought. For the skeleton and the Cloud, victory is impossible. So if you can't win, does the simple act of fighting become the whole purpose? In a battle that never, ever ends, what is the meaning of victory? Something to think about for your next campaign. Now, who wants to roll some dice?
And so the story ends. But does it ever really end?